The badge of truth. The morning sun painted golden streaks across the skyline of Westbrook as Zara Jackson jogged along familiar streets. 6 years had passed since she'd visited her hometown, but the rhythm of her footsteps felt like coming home. At 42, Zara carried herself with the quiet confidence that came with her position as Deputy Director of Homeland Security. Her charcoal running clothes were simple, practical, much like her approach to life. She'd returned to attend her father's retirement ceremony after 30 years on the town council. Breathing in the crisp autumn air, Zara allowed herself to relax, momentarily setting aside the weight of national security that normally rested on her shoulders. The peace shattered when a police cruiser screeched to a halt beside her. 2 officers emerged, Officer Reeves, tall with a permanent scowl, and Officer Brennan, younger with something to prove. "Ma'am, stop right there," Reeves called out, hand hovering near his holster. Zara paused, breathing steadily. "Is there a problem, officers?" "We've had reports of drug activity in this area," Brennan said, circling behind her. "Mind if we check your pockets?" "I do mind, actually." "What's your probable cause?" Reeves stepped closer. "Don't need one when we saw you drop something." Zara's eyes narrowed. "I dropped nothing." "Look here," Brennan announced, bending down near a bush where Zara had just passed. He held up a small bag of white powder, his gloved hand conveniently hiding where it had really come from. "Care to explain this?" "That's not mine," Zara stated calmly, watching Reeves smirk. "They all say that." "Turn around, hands behind your back," Reeves commanded, pulling out handcuffs. The station buzzed with activity as Reeves paraded Zara through the bullpen. Officers glanced up, some with curiosity, others with indifference. Captain Donovan looked up from his desk, frowning at the commotion. "What's the situation, Reeves?" Donovan asked, approaching the processing desk. "Drug possession." "Caught her red-handed in Oakwood Heights," Reeves declared, pushing the evidence bag forward. Zara stood quietly, shoulders back, expression neutral. "I'd like to make a phone call." "In due time," Brennan snickered. "Name?" the desk sergeant asked, fingers hovering over his keyboard. "Zara Jackson." "Address, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C., Office of Homeland Security." The typing stopped. Silence fell across the room. "Excuse me?" Captain Donovan stepped closer. "I'm Deputy Director Zara Jackson, Department of Homeland Security. My credentials are in my running belt, which Officer Reeves confiscated. Perhaps you'd like to verify." Reeves' face drained of color. "She's lying." "Has to be." Captain Donovan opened the plastic property bag, pulling out a sleek wallet. His hands trembled slightly as he flipped it open, revealing a federal badge and ID card. His eyes darted between the photo and Zara's composed face. "Uncuff her." "Now," he ordered, voice barely above a whisper. "But Captain, the drugs," Brennan protested. "Which your body cameras will show being planted," Zara stated calmly. "I trust those are operational today." 3 days later, the Westbrook Police Department found itself under federal scrutiny. Zara sat at the head of the conference table, flanked by 2 federal investigators and a data analyst. Across from them, Captain Donovan, the police chief, and the town's attorney shifted uncomfortably in their seats. "This investigation isn't solely about my personal experience," Zara explained, sliding folders across the table. "We've identified a disturbing pattern of racial profiling within this precinct. Arrest rates, search frequencies, use of force, all disproportionately targeting black residents." The police chief leaned forward. "With all due respect, Deputy Director, these statistics can be interpreted many ways." "True," Zara nodded, tapping her tablet. "Which is why we've also compiled 18 months of bodycam footage showing questionable stops. Plus testimony from 37 community members with similar experiences." Captain Donovan loosened his collar. "Officers Reeves and Brennan have been suspended pending internal review." "That's a start," Zara replied, "but this goes beyond 2 officers. We're examining every case they handled, plus department-wide training policies and the complaint review system." This has gone far enough, Police Chief Warren huffed, slamming the door to the mayor's office. She's overstepping federal authority based on one misunderstanding. Mayor Preston rubbed his temples. The commissioner called this morning. He's pressuring me to file a jurisdictional challenge. Zara faced the room of uncomfortable officials. Gentlemen, attempting to block this investigation will only intensify scrutiny. I've already received approval from the Attorney General. You're destroying careers over nothing, Commissioner Blake argued. Nothing? Zara placed a flash drive on the table. This contains 47 separate incidents of constitutional violations. Block me, and tomorrow these go public. Your choice. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Power plays wouldn't work here. Zara hunched over case files in her temporary office at the community center. Teresa Washington, a local civil rights attorney, spread documents across the table while Marcus Chen, a data scientist Zara had worked with at Homeland, typed furiously on his laptop. These traffic stop numbers are staggering, Marcus pointed to his screen. Black drivers are 7 times more likely to be searched, yet contraband is found half as often. Teresa nodded. And these testimonies match the pattern perfectly. Retired Judge Raymond Brooks entered, carrying more files. Found these buried in court records. Cases dismissed for lack of evidence, all with the same officers. We need more, Zara said, checking her watch. The town hall's in 3 days. Outside, community members waited patiently to share their stories, forming a line that wrapped around the building. Each testimony strengthened their case against a system built on prejudice rather than protection. The town hall buzzed with tension. Camera crews lined the walls as Chief Warren finished his defensive speech about a few bad apples and commitment to community policing. Zara approached the podium calmly, placing a single folder before her. Rather than tell you what we found, she began, I'll show you. The lights dimmed. On the massive screen behind her, Bodycam footage played. Officer Reeves' voice rang clear, remember, target the east side. More likely to find something on them. Gasps rippled through the crowd, more clips followed. Officers planting evidence. Fabricating reports. Laughing about targets. This isn't about bad apples, Zara declared, voice steady. This is about a poisoned orchard. Chief Warren's face contorted with rage as damning statistics filled the screen, alongside faces of those wrongfully arrested. Today, justice begins, Zara announced. 6 months later, Zara stood outside the renovated Westbrook police station. The morning ceremony marked the implementation of new policies, training programs, and oversight measures. A civilian review board now had real power. Body cameras couldn't be turned off. Community members served as training advisors. Officers Reeves, Brennan, and 4 others faced criminal charges. Chief Warren had resigned in disgrace. This isn't the end, Zara told reporters. It's just the beginning. Beside her stood Teresa Washington, newly appointed as police commissioner, the first black woman to hold the position. Change happens when we stand firm, Teresa addressed the crowd. When truth speaks louder than power. As community members shared their stories of renewed trust, Zara thought of her father's words, justice isn't just what happens in courtrooms, it's what we demand in our streets every day. The system hadn't changed overnight, but the foundations were shaking. And that was enough to build upon.